And Jimmy Glenn.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the American Airlines Center here in Dallas, Texas, Most Valuable Promotions and Real Fight Inc. in association with Holden Boxing present the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Better. Fantasy just got better. Play better picks and you can win up to 100 times your money. And by Fansly. Fansly.com/Paul Diaz for exclusive content from tonight's event. And Celsius. Live Fit. Essential Energy. Well, fans, tonight's action is brought to you and under the auspices of the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The chairman is Rick Figueroa, executive director Mike Aris Mendez. Introducing our three judges, scoring from ringside. From Texas, David Yakabuchi. From Nevada, Chris Migliori. And from Oklahoma, David Sutherland. Introducing our third man to the ring, the referee in charge of the action, Mark Kalloy. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening, the bout you've all been waiting for. 10 rounds of boxing and a showdown in the cruiserweight division. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and combat fans joining us around the world, the wait is over. It's ready for war. Live from Dallas, Texas, it's go time! Introducing to you first on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, the international superstar fighting out of Dorado, Puerto Rico, by way of Cleveland, Ohio. He weighed in at the cruiserweight limit 185 pounds, a Sports Illustrated Breakout Boxer of the Year. His professional record stands at 6 wins, 1 loss, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the serial risk taker, the renowned content creator, the popular social media superstar, introducing the problem child, Jake Paul. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, proudly representing his hometown of Stockton, California. He weighed in at 184.9 pounds. This wildly popular veteran of 34 MMA fights and a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, tonight making his professional debut in the squared circle. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the renowned combat sports icon, the one, the only, Nate Diaz! And once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Mark Kalloy.
2 seconds, let's go, Diaz. Gentlemen, we're both professional athletes. I expect you to conduct yourself as such. Remember, if I say stop, I want you to stop whatever you're doing and listen to my commands. Protect yourself at all times. Mr. Diaz, Mr. Paul, let's go to battle. Touch gloves.
Into the battle we go. Darren Barker, 8 fights to get to this moment. And it is time for our main event of the evening. The problem child, Jake Paul. Nathan Diaz. Let's get it started. Here we go. Do not blink. Oh, my. Round 1, we're underway. Jake very light on the feet, bouncing in and out of range right now. Starting out with the feints already. A southpaw versus orthodox matchup. We heard Dan Hardy talk about Jake having a lot of success with southpaws. And again, you're going to see an awkward style here from Nate in this fight. Jake's going to be very, very light on his feet, but when he plants and throws, it's going to be like the tank he rode in on.
Well, one of the things I heard Jake Paul talk about was his footwork. He had to improve on his feet, and we've seen that already. It's a nice, steady stance, nice little bounce in his movement, and a good jab, stiff jab. And I'm sure Nate would have watched his fight against Tommy Fury, and though they're different stances, Tommy Fury could not miss with the jab. Oh, big shot, big left hook.
Nate might be in some trouble already. Big right hand to the body there from Jake Paul. And the left hand as well. Nate on the ropes. This is not where you want to be.
Look at the size.
Again, Jake Paul. He's all over Nate in this first round. Nate tries to clinch. Big left hook again.
He's in big trouble, Wade.
And he's, oh my goodness, he's wobbly right now, Darren.
He needs to keep those hands up. He needs to grab hold of Jake Paul. He's got to survive here.
You have to find a way, if you're Nate, to look to clinch because Jake is landing at will. We expected him to start fast here. And if you are Jake, you do want to remain composed because fighting and throwing everything out the window in this first round could lead to a later round shock. But Nate looks all out of sorts right now.
There was a left hook, Wade, that went in there.
And already some swelling.
Yeah, you can see the swelling around that right hand, that left hook.
Oh,
unsteady on his feet, falling forward with a 1-2.
This is not looking good already for Nathan Diaz. We know he's unorthodox, but I don't think that you want to see punches coming out like that, sprinting into range behind nothing. And if Jake sits down on one of those right hands and it lands, it could be good night.
Yeah, it's just Nate Diaz. He'll kind of be hoping that Jake could punch himself out, but looking strong, looking fit, looking conditioned.
This is where Nate needs to be, right here, because he's safe and he's able to grapple, put the weight on Jake, make him carry it, and like you said, try to get Jake to punch himself out a little bit. And a good first round for Jake. And here comes Nate forward once again.
Yeah, sloppy shots though from Nate Diaz. He has to tidy those up a little bit. You see there, chin's high, throwing that last right hook.
As Nate settles into the fight here, it's going to get interesting because Jake did have a great first round, and Nate just casually and nonchalantly kind of wings out a right hand. But a great opening round for Jake Paul. Wow.
Big round for Jake Paul. He hurt his man.
Listen to me, man. You're just standing there in front of him like you don't want to do nothing. You've got to be set. Be set, move, and duck. He's throwing that right hand a lot. So you got to duck underneath and body shots, okay? Pump that jab and step over to the right. Hit that body right here, pump your head and duck. He's always hooking. You're too relaxed in that first round. You didn't come too close.
You see, Swahili is showing our Fans League round card, but in the first round there, Darren, talk to me about what you saw from Jake Paul.
Well, aggressive, accurate, sharp, powerful punching, and he hurt the older man with numerous shots. There's a little cut, little nick to the right eye. I don't think it looks too bad. Hopefully it won't worsen as the fight continues, but you see now, big shots. The left hook troubled Nate, and he followed it up with some big right hands. You can see the legs looked unsteady. Good right to the body as well. How will Nate Diaz react, respond to that big first round from Jake Paul?
You see Nate almost attempt a single leg there, but you have to wonder if maybe that first round woke Nate up just a little bit as he starts to try to work his way back into this fight, and you see him running into range behind a high guard. You don't like to see that. No attempt to jab his way in. No attempt to use punches to get to where he wants to get to.
He's going to have to be smart. He's going to have to be intelligent. He can't get greedy. He can't throw shots for the sake of it. He has to think about what he's doing. He can't just throw volume shots. He will leave himself open. We've seen the power. And again, I'll mention it again, the size of Jake Paul in there. He really does look a category above Nate Diaz.
If you are Jake Paul here, I will throw this out there. You do need to compose yourself and not be so reliant upon that right hand. Variability will keep Nate on his toes, but once he sees a pattern like that right hand, maybe Jake crowding his work a little bit coming forward, he's going to start to make adjustments.
Well, look, we've not seen either man yet throw a jab.
Look at this work inside here from Nate. This is what I'm talking about. These things can add up up as the fight goes on, and he's in a spot where he can be successful. We saw this in the Chris Avila fight.
This is where he's got to be. He's got to be close. He's got to be tight. He's got to try and outwork Jake Paul. It doesn't need to be at arm's length, Wade.
And look at Nate walking around, talking to the crowd. This is the antics you get with a Nate Diaz fight, and it's for Jake. You can't fall into it. Just like he can't fall into range here, he has to be able to continue to box, not fight Nate Diaz. He has to box him. Nice straight left hand there from Nate.
Yeah. First round has certainly woke Nate Diaz up.
I'm telling you, we're seeing a different fighter here. And again, you're not going to see a high-level boxing match from Nate, but you're going to see him get here and look to work. 20,000 behind him as he continues to move forward. Right hand to the body there from Jake as well.
That was good work, Jake. Jab to the head, right hand to the body, changing the level. Right hook, round
another right hand. But Nate trying to exchange, and he laughs at him, and he smiles, and he wants to. This is where Nate wants to be. Trade with me, please. Because what I'm thinking here, and I could be wrong, Darren, but what I'm thinking here is Nate has felt Jake's power, and he said, you know what? I can take that.
That's the best you got.
I can take that. Because he's smiling at him, and he's throwing back, and that eye is bad. It's in bad shape.
Does not look good. Look, we know he carries a lot of scar tissue, Nate Diaz, but it doesn't look good, that eye. Trying to get in the rhythm behind the jab, Jake Paul.
Nate having a better round coming forward here. And again, he's putting that weight on Jake. Some slappy shots. Just making him hold weight.
That's better work. Good work from Nate.
Round 2 in the books. And Nate Diaz is here to fight, ladies and gentlemen. This, I told you, it wouldn't be one way. And through 2, we're starting to see him come alive.
Yeah, he woke up in that second round for sure.
What you're doing is, you're overworking yourself. Because what he's doing is, he's just sitting there, waiting on you to throw all these punches. Touching, move around. Feint, touching, move around. Stab him right with the jab, and move around, right? Then you start touching up and down, and start setting right hands up. Have your right hand.
October 7th, folks, do not forget, Lee Wood versus Josh Warrington, live and only on DAZN. Round 3. This is going to be a massive swing round. We're starting to see Nate creep back into this fight. You heard Theo Chambers there, the head corner for Jake Paul, said stop crowding your work. Jab and move. Continue to box.
Well, you see that the lack of boxing experience from the two, because no one's yet tried to establish their jab. Getting a rhythm behind the jab. We've said this time and time again. Everything will follow the jab.
It's a great uppercut in there from Jake, but Nate is not fearing anything Jake's throwing right now, and he's walking straight into range to get to, again, the places where he can be successful, right there, in the pocket. As he continues to just walk forward, Jake hasn't done anything to stop him just yet.
It's Nate Diaz as well, the one trying to creep forward, the one forcing the action.
And Jake has gone away from the jab a little bit here. Double left hook there, but it's because Jake has gone away from that jab that Nate can do this right here. Just walk in.
And he has to work. When Nate Diaz has him here, he needs to work away.
Again, using that clinch, trying to put his weight on Jake. Jake's landing as Nate comes forward. These are scoring shots. Like that
left hook.
That was a great left hook there from Jake. And there's the jab you want to see from Jake Moore. Oh, and a nice short left hand jab from Nate.
Good left hand from Nate Diaz.
Jake throws a short right hand there, tries to go around the guard. Uppercut as well. But Nate is
constant peppering from Nate Diaz when he's in close.
This is something we've seen Jake struggle with. Go back to the Tommy Fury fight. Forward pressure and volume behind it. We're yet to see the volume from Nate, but just stalking forward and making Jake realize it was not going to be as easy as just putting him away in the first. This is what the fight has become now. And it's going to take more than that. From Jake, it's going to take more than just one right hand off the back foot, one left hook off the back foot. It's like you said, the jab will take you around the world. Jake has to find it here in this round and going forward.
That was better with the right hand there. He took his left leg out the side, the southpaw stance, and through the right hand. And you can see that the right eye of Nate Diaz not looking great.
Step in left hook there from Jake. And another one there, just barely misses. Right hand, and he falls in. But you're starting to see Jake almost mirror the fight style of Nate Diaz, falling in behind shots, looking to clinch.
Good short right to the body from Jake Paul.
Far better round here for Jake in 3.
Oh, heads come together.
Big time head clash there. And Nate throws a couple of punches, then looks into the crowd. Big jab there from Jake off the back foot. Tries to fit that right hand in around the guard. Maybe I'm wrong here, Darren, but I would like to see him go through the guard with that right hand. Straighten it out and put it down the middle.
And the left hook from Jake Paul is causing more damage to that right eye of Nate Diaz.
Diaz trying to flirt it, coming forward on the turn. Last few seconds, round 3. And there it is. Nate sets some tuna on the break. He says, give me some more of that. I'm here for a fight.
Don't throw this one so wide. He's coming back with his right hand real short. Don't throw it way out there. You gotta start going down the middle. Move to the right. And Captain, get in and start bouncing around. You're walking like this forward, and he's throwing. Don't let him do that, Nathan. You let him walk forward. You're just walking forward, and he's throwing.
Yeah, some big shots landing, some volume work from Nate Diaz when he gets close. Nice short uppercut. Found the home for that right through the guard, the wide guard of Nate Diaz. And it's been these left hooks that have been causing the damage to that right eye of Nate Diaz. But Nate Diaz taking the shots, taking the blows.
A great response there in round 3 from Jake Paul. It seems like for every round, one fighter responds. Let's see if Nate Diaz can find it in him once again here in round 4. What do you make of Jake doing this very much happy feet bouncing on the toes here in between exchanges? Is that something you like to see, or do you want to see him settle those feet down a bit and maybe move them lateral directions versus just up and down in one motion?
It's all well and good bouncing on your toes, but you need to plant your feet when you let the shot. You can't be on your toes throwing hurtful shots. This is good work inside from Nate Diaz. The uppercut's working a treat.
And again, Jake is throwing one at a time here, which is going to be playing right into... That's the jab you want to see from Jake.
There you go.
And look how it makes Nate overextend and lunge forward behind nothing, just trying to grasp at anything. That's the jab Jake needs to implement more.
And he'll find a home for the right hand after that jab. Needs to keep the chin down, Nate. Nate Diaz carrying that chin high, but he's letting his shots go.
Oh, short right hand there on the clinch as the referee tried to separate. Nate sneaks one in. And Jake has had a habit years gone by of being able to jab to the body, level change when guys do come up with that chin high and throw the big overhand right. I wouldn't be surprised if that's coming.
And he's working the hooks well. Jake Paul, he's getting the reaction, he's getting that left guard across to try and protect that right. That's when you get the right hand straight down the middle.
Nate Diaz having some success here with the volume. Yes, they're tippy-tap punches, but they are landing.
This is where he's got to work. He needs to work here. Nate, this is good stuff. Keep peppering away, keep working. Look for that uppercut. Good work from Nate Diaz.
Nate coming forward with volume. And a nice uppercut in the in-between again. Right hook off the break. Oh, solid right hand to the body there from Jake. And again, you're just seeing this clash as both of them meet in the middle, and it's one shot at a time. Who's going to land the big one?
This is good work. The last minute or so has been really positive for Nate Diaz. Good work, good tempo, no real hurt or power in the shot. Yeah, let's go. There's some good uppercuts exchanged inside.
And Jake is just overshooting here, just a bit overshot. And look at the volume here from Nate.
Oh,
Jake gets hit with
good shot.
And again, are they the most damaging shots in the world? No. But are they scoring? Absolutely.
Yeah, they are.
And Nick Diaz, I see him in the corner. He stands up and says, let's go. Keep coming forward. They know exactly what they need to do. And maybe on their end, they sense a little bit of the gas tank depleting here from Jake Paul.
Oh, short right hand after a left hook from Nate Diaz. Oh, good left hook as well. This is good work, good tempo.
And he's coming forward, non-stop volume here. Big right hand over. And what a round here. That's the end of it. They want to keep going.
So loud in here. The ref couldn't even hear the bell.
That's a big round for Nate, and like I said, the response was there.
Yeah, but now we need a response from Jake Paul. How will he respond to that? That was a very, very good round for Nate Diaz.
The one and only E40, you walked your man out today representing the 209. How are we feeling he's doing right now?
I feel good. I think he in there using his brain. You understand me? He's built for battle. Up top, Northern California. He carved from a different clay, cut from a different cloth. It's Nate Diaz, man. He was built for this, man. He trained to go.
You heard it right here from E40. Thank you so much, sir. We're going to keep watching this fight.
Love said.
There's
Thank
Sibley
you.
Scholes. Thank you, Sibley, for that interview. That is E40 on the block. Come on now, man. E40 and halfway through this thing, we got an even fight, man.
Can he build on that? Very good fourth round, Nate Diaz. You can't let Jake Paul respond. Bit of kidology there from Nate Diaz. It was a nice right hand to the body.
Back and forth we go here. Round number 5.
Oh, trying to set up that right hand. He gave the eyes, he gave the feint to the body. Oh,
nice
good
uppercut.
right uppercut.
Big time shot. Nate takes that one on the chin, and he does a great job there of, again, getting right back on the front foot. Big deep breaths there from Nate as he walks backward, but Jake can't let him rest here. If you've worked on that gas tank and you have Larry Wade in your corner, you have to be able to get back on that jab and make Nate work.
Yep.
Because it's heralded about his gas tank. Swimming to Alcatraz, doing triathlons for fun, but he's also 37. And years in the game, at a weight class or 2 up from what he normally fights, you have to wonder, is he in that great shape that he always was at 55 or 70?
Yeah, it's down to Jake Paul to make him feel those years, feel that age. Again, moving on the back foot. Oh, left hook is down!
Left hook sends Nate Diaz to the canvas. Big time shot there from Jake Paul, and that is what you call a turning point, folks. Nate says he's okay. A minute and a half left here in round 5, and Jake's looking for the finish.
Oh, good right, changing the level, looking for the hooks upstairs, that left hook. Oh, right uppercut, big shot, the legs have gone.
He's hurt. On the ropes. Jake Paul pulling it on here. Nate Diaz is wobbly. Jake walks forward. Nate says, what now?
Wow.
What now? My goodness. A big moment here in round 5 for Jake Paul. Can he capitalize on a hurt fighter in Nate Diaz? And Nate's just walking around. Hands down, head down.
Those rights to the body weight are very hurtful shots. They're taking the wind out of the sails for sure.
Demoralizing shots here as Jake tries to follow up. And Diaz trying to find his way back into this thing. But no doubt about it, he is still hurt here, Darren.
Yeah, you see the legs, didn't you? Slightly buckle. But back comes Nate
Look at
Diaz.
this.
He's a warrior. He's a champion. He's a winner.
And Nate trying to use the outside foot there. Some tricky trips he knows and some sweeps from his time as a grappler there. Last 10 seconds. And nice left hook.
Clumsy.
And Nate turns and looks into the crowd. Again, you're seeing the antics from Nate. He's here to win, but that was a demoralizing big-time round for Jake Paul.
Big round, big round, big shot.
You can beat this guy.
Heavy knockdown.
This guy ain't nothing, Nathan. You're allowing him to throw a lot of punches by walking forward and standing up too tall. All right?
How you doing, Nate? Good.
Yeah, let's have a look at this shot again. On the back foot, just walking forward casually, and it was a big left hook on the temple, and they really do scramble the senses. You see the legs completely go from under Nate Diaz. You see there, look, the right hand's low. He delivers the left hook, elbow up, and you can see the effect it had on Nate Diaz. He's done well to recover, I must say, but big round for Jake Paul.
And a fight that was arguably as close as it was. That is a massive turning point.
Big swing.
And just like we talked about, Nate has to respond here. Major confidence boost for Jake, and you're seeing it as he comes out to start round 6. Very light on the feet.
Work yourselves out.
1-2 down the middle. That's what you wanted to see.
This is
down the
tight now. Sensible boxing from Jake Paul. Making life easy for himself. Creeping forward. Like, I can't work out if this is... Kidology from Nate Diaz, or he's really tired. He looks spent in there to me.
We talked about this earlier. Nate is so hard to get a read on because you think you have him hurt, and then he just comes back like a zombie. But right now, Jake absolutely is putting it on him. After a big-time round 5, a great start to round 6 for Jake Paul. And then all of a sudden, the announcer's curse hits me, and here comes Nate Diaz on the front foot.
Oh, he walks onto a jab there. He just got wide. He went to throw the left hook, walked straight onto a sharp jab from Jake Paul.
You know,
again,
guys, it's really
spring
interesting.
in the step. Jake Paul fainting, trying to get
rounds will be to their advantage. That's why they push for those 10 rounds. After one of the bad rounds early on, Diaz's manager, Zach Rosenfield, said he's emptying the tank.
Here is
we
Nate.
have him exactly where we want him. So even though it may look like he's in trouble, they still feel like they're going to come
Jake
out strong.
continuing to try
rounds.
to circle around the outside here. Nate trying to work his way back into range. Stalking forward here.
It's a little predictable, Jake Paul, looking for that right hand.
That was a nice lead right hand there from Nate.
Good work, good pressure, good chopping.
Solid right hand there from
Big
Jake.
right hook around that left glove of Nate Diaz, chopping left hand as well.
And Nate's going to play these games. He's like, no, I'm not coming to you. You're going to have to fight me right here.
But I don't understand this because he's so much more effective on the front foot when he's close.
Oh! Nate rolls with that one, but another right hand Jake throws out there. But you see that right hand there from Jake, and it's something I've always been critical of him for, is he falls in behind this, where if he planted those feet and then moved in behind his jab and really stuck that back foot in the ground and stuck the right hand behind it on balance, he'd be able to follow up more than he is here.
Oh, look at that left hook again. He needs to tidy up, Nate Diaz, getting a bit wild and reckless with his own shots, allowing openings, leaving openings. Can Jake Paul capitalize? Good work inside from Nate Diaz, hooks, uppercuts.
Nate walks forward, a little sloppy behind that left hand. Last few seconds here in round 6. Again, a response from Nate needed. Jake tries to sit down on the right hand off the back foot.
The uppercut is the shot there. Elbows flaring, they're wide. And you can see he's just falling over that front foot, Nate Diaz. Expect Jake Paul to look for that uppercut.
Both men giving everything they have in this round and every single one. As we end round 6, Darren, I gotta ask, how do you see this fight as it stands right now?
Right, the knockdown was big for Jake Paul on the scorecards. I think Nate Diaz, he looks spent, but I don't know if this kidology, I don't know if that's what he does, but he looks tired in there, he's sloppy. He can't afford to do that against this man here.
NFL Game Pass all season long here on DAZN. Now available. Do not miss NFL Game Pass live every single game all season long.
Bring your knees to the elbows and tight and shoot that shit short. Bring it. Hey, on the end of the punches. Look, play one on the end and shoot the body shot. All right? Let's go. And breathe. Take a step back, Diaz. Take a step back.
Into round 7 we go here, and let's just put this in the mind of the viewers. Jake Paul has never gone 10. He's gone as long as 8. We're going to see if that has the effect. Nate Diaz has never boxed. So we have a lot of nevers happening right in front of us. Turning to, we'll see what happens right now.
Interested, how would this play out?
As Nate continues to walk forward here, if you're Jake, you got to get back on that jab. And like we saw in the corner, echoing what you said last round, Darren, they want to look to those uppercuts. As Nate does this right here, ducks into range, buries his head in his guard, and into the chest of Jake Paul.
Yeah, and almost walking onto a right uppercut there from Jake Paul.
There's a big right hand in the body from Jake. And again, putting the work in downstairs is starting to pay off, as you see a very lethargic, as he still comes forward, but still opened up Nate Diaz.
Yeah, very effective with the shots.
Oh.
Jake Paul, when he's working the body first, especially with that right hand. See there, then he follows back upstairs. Back
the right hand.
with the right hand through the guard of Nate Diaz. That's the shot for the southpaw. Gamely tries to fire back, Nate Diaz. Got to keep that chin down, the hands up. He's in range.
Jake goes to the body once again there. And Nate, like a zombie, just keeps coming forward. If you didn't say you expected this, you haven't watched Nate Diaz for the last decade. But I'm with you, Darren. I would like to see Jake stay composed, stay compact on his jab. Not overextend here, because you know what you're getting with Nate. He's going to duck that head. He's going to come into range. The uppercut will be there, but you have to have the balance to throw it after everything else before that.
Yes, I mean, it's the head, body, head routine we're seeing here that's been so effective for Jake Paul. This is where he's got to work, Nate Diaz. Got to be busy. Has to let his hands go inside.
Oh, another big left hook there from Jake, and he throws 3 behind it. Nate is unaffected, and now Jake looks to clinch.
Let him go, Jake.
Oh,
nice uppercut.
There's the uppercut.
That's the one.
That's the shot.
And Nate eats it, still walking forward. And again, the pity pass shots from Nate, but they are landing.
Whoa, big right hand from Jake Paul.
And now Jake again looking to clinch. Nate working in that clinch there. Fair play. The referee's letting him. You got to take advantage.
He's landed some good shots in this 7th round, Jake Paul, but I would say it seems as if the power is slightly sapped from his shots. And you're seeing now Nate Diaz plowing forward, trying to be busy inside. Again, needs to be careful defensively.
I'll say this. That's a good round from Nate Diaz. May not have won the round, but a message sent there. That power may start to be coming down a level from Jake Paul.
It seemed it in that round, and we said it a few times, rather, in this fight. It was a response once more from one of the fighters, and it was Nate Diaz in that round.
Crack that motherfucker. Don't let him get no more rounds. No more. Fuck him. Let's go. You gotta make him miss. You gotta make him miss. What's that? Got hair in my mouth. He's throwing over the left hook in the pocket. He's throwing the left hook. Okay, bring that right hand up. He's letting you.
Yeah, it was a beautiful right uppercut, wasn't it, from Jake Paul? He just put it out there. He didn't load up with the shot, but back comes Nate Diaz with his own shots.
The corner of Nate Diaz there, and specifically, Nick Diaz said, no more rounds. Go. Now's the time.
Busy, busy, busy.
You have to go. We're going to see if Nate, in these later rounds, can do exactly what he's done to many fighters and start to zap the will as he looks to come forward here. Jake's smart to stay on the jab here, but again, it's such a difficult thing when a guy just will not go away here. That's good short work on the inside from both fighters. Jake with the 3-punch combo through the guard, and then the left hook. The score's outside. But you're seeing Nate Diaz win that lead foot battle over and over. It's going to set his left hand straight down the pipe if he can get it off and land it.
Yeah, just a moment ago there, he just took his head off the line, avoiding the jab of Jake Paul. Good work on the back foot, changing the levels again. A lot of them taking on the gloves of Nate Diaz, but working away, trying to find the openings.
Jake doing a great job of this jab this round, being more patient, not overextending as much as maybe we've seen him. And as we see the punches through 7 here, Darren, talk to me.
You see, thrown from Paul surprises me. I feel it might have been Diaz outworking.
A nice straight left hand and then a right hand behind it. Nate's starting to find a home for that backhand.
And I'm telling you, Wade, the power has sapped. Is Jake Paul feeling the pace?
This was one of the biggest topics as we came into this fight. Yeah, Nate would probably be losing the fight up until this point. I don't think a lot of people would argue that. But is this the moment where Diaz said 10 rounds? Yeah, let's do 10 rounds. And maybe Jake got a little overzealous, a little overconfident in accepting what could be a dire fate if Nate Diaz can start to walk forward.
Does Nate Diaz have it in the tank? Does he have the know-how? Does he have
big left hand?
Enough in the tank to finish this as strong as he needs to? Oh,
nice
big right hook
again. And Jake is showing, nice left hand there from Nate.
This is what we need. This is what we need from Nate Diaz. Keep that going. Keep that work. Keep that pressure.
And Jake is showing a smarter round here, though, than to be caught in exchanges and trying to trade. He's getting hit with shots, but he's also trying to stick to his jab.
Whoa, some good uppercuts inside. The crowd like this.
And here comes Nate Diaz.
He sensed that the power is sapping from Jake Paul. Nate Diaz is coming forward, let more shots go, working away inside. He needs to be busy here. Uppercut again.
Left hand, a little overzealous. Jake catches him with a jab. Double jab, Nate Diaz. Back and forth we go. Nate says, I'll take that all day and still be here. Oh, left hand.
He fell down.
Big round. Massive round for Nate Diaz.
Wow. The roof's coming up this arena.
We have 2 rounds left. And all of a sudden, Nate Diaz has found a home. We talked about him dragging people to deep water. He's looking to do that to Jake Paul right now.
Have your feet together. And look, I want you to push them body shots you do in the back. Dig them motherfucking body shots. Slip, and push something. Listen. Strong jab, flip it. Body shots.
And folks, do not miss Jake Paul's own most valuable prospects live on DAZN, highlighting the best and brightest of the future of boxing.
See some of the action again. Some good work inside from Jake Paul, but it was the impressive, non-stop, relentless work from Nate Diaz that was eye-catching in that round for sure. Can he follow it up? Can Jake Paul respond? Round 9, here we go.
If you're Nate, you have to pick up where you left off. Like Nick said a round ago, you cannot afford to take any more rounds. You cannot afford to take any more volume. You have to lead the dance. You have to march forward and can't have right hands like that where Nate is faking like he's been hit with a big one just to troll Jake a little bit, but you can't. You can't do this at this point because you're down on the cards. I love the gamesmanship, but you have to move forward.
Gotta be busy. Gotta work, like you say.
Stiff jab there from Paul.
Yeah, looking to box in this 9th round. Jake Paul is on his toes. Throwing the jab, looking for that right hook, He took that well.
Nice shot to the body. This is some of the best boxing we've seen from Jake in the later rounds. And Nate turns his back on his opponent there just to walk forward and eat some shots.
I love what I'm seeing from Nate.
Uppercut again there from Jake. Right hand to the body as well. Then a left hand, right hand upstairs from Nate. Oh, right hand. Jake Paul answers back.
Ooh, both exchanging uppercuts. Trying to creep forward now. Spent the first minute and a half almost. Nate Diaz moving and kind of playing around a little bit, but now getting to work the second half of this 9th round.
When he breaks Jake Paul's jab, he has all the success. It is all Nate Diaz, but when Jake is allowed to punctuate everything with the jab and then the right hand behind it, that is where Jake is having that success on the outside and then being able to move out. Look at the punches here from round number 8. Nate, more effective than any other round we've seen him in.
Yeah, he was busy. And this is what he needs to do. He needs to get close. Nice left hand. It's a good left hook from Jake Paul. Nice sickening right to the body again. He just eats those up, Nate Diaz.
And Jake again looking to that lead hand to try to pivot out on his bike here. Nate comes forward. Nice uppercut.
Needs to keep working. He's enjoying this.
And Nate's frustrated. He said he won't fight me. Watch him pivot out. He won't fight me. Look at Nate. Bouncing on the toes. Classic Nate Diaz. But you got to follow up here as well. Some short shots there inside in the clinch. Jake Paul shoves him away. Last 30 seconds here, round 9. Stiff right hand down the pipe.
Yeah, good shot. The left uppercut, followed by the right hook upstairs. Good pressure from Nate Diaz. Working, but back comes Jake Paul with 2 shots of his own.
Oh, right hand from Jake. And he slides away. Nate walks into another right hand. And here comes the flurry from Nate Diaz.
Another round where he's finished strong.
And there is the end of round 9. We have one more round to settle it all between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz.
Water. Okay. I think you got to standing up so tall, walking forward. You allowed him to do a lot of stuff he shouldn't have done, man. Sorry. You're all right. I just want you to get in there and do your best, man.
Yeah, it was back and forth in that round. A lot of kidology from Nate Diaz. We've seen that a few times in this fight.
Playing possum just to walk back into the range and go right back to war.
The 10th and final round of this bout. Let's get him on the end of the center of the ring. This is round 10.
10th and final round, folks. Will we go the distance? Will we see a stoppage? It's between the 2 men in the ring. Let's see how it ends.
Yeah, you can see the pressure on the front foot from Nate Diaz. He knows he needs a big round here. Trying to get close. Doesn't need to be doing this in the final round. Needs to get to work. Good work. Right hand to the body, followed by a left. Upstairs from Jake Paul.
Can't be too casual here if you're Nate. You got a real opportunity on your hands. Jake looks a lot fresher than he did in the last round, though. Jab right hand down the pipe.
Yeah, was he saving it for a big finish? He took 2 big shots from Jake Paul a moment ago. Big right hand. Trying to get back to work again. Hands down, walking forward. Total disregard for the work of Jake Paul. There was a low one.
Oh, right hand across. Big time shot there from Jake. And another right hand to the body. He is sticking those in there. My goodness.
Yeah. And coming forward again.
What does stop this man? He's hitting with everything. With 2 minutes left, if you're Jake Paul, you have to be thinking, can I get this zombie out of here?
No chance. Not now. It won't be Jake Paul stopping Nate Diaz.
And Nate
playing to the crowd again.
He's got to be switched on, man, because we all love Nate. We all love the gamesmanship, but he's got a real shot here to come out on top, and he's waving Jake on. He said, bring it to me. Bring it to me, and Jake's happy to oblige.
This is good work from Jake Paul. Changing the level with the shot. Playing off, taking his head off line front, the right hand, just missing with the shot.
That right there could have been highlight territory. Jake just misses with the right hand. And this has become a dog fight. From round 3 on, technique be damned. Both guys are sitting in and throwing power.
Just over a minute, let's go. Big finish.
Oh,
there he goes, there he goes.
Nate throwing a flurry coming forward here. Nate Diaz walking forward, trying to make a statement in this last little bit here. Jake has got to solidify this 10th round because after that drop from Nate earlier in the fight, this thing has been back and forth through the entirety since.
Jake Paul just getting behind the jab, throwing a double jab, skipping to his left. He needs to sustain this attack. Nate Diaz needs to get back.
We talked about it when this fight was in its inception. Who's going to want this more? Does Nate Diaz truly still want to fight?
Oh, big right uppercut.
Jake is trying to fight for legacy. For the people that said he couldn't, Nate looks to lock up a guillotine there. He shows the gloves to the crowd, but there's still 10 seconds. Bring it home, boys. Bring it home. And there it is. The 10th and final round comes to a close, folks. We're going to a decision. Respect shown between the fighters. But what a fight in our main event between Jake Paul and Nate Diaz.
Yeah, good respect between the two there. I mean, look, first off, huge credit. Both guys going the 10-round distance there. They fought at a pace. Both on either corner, celebrating. Some big shots landed from Jake Paul early. Then there was that late rally from Nate Diaz, volume shots, with there no real hurt or power in the shots, but it was constant work, pressure. I'll say the more eye-catching shots for sure from Jake Paul. The knockdown will play a big part in this fight, no doubt.
That might be the difference in the fight. If we're looking at it, Darren, Jake Paul had volume, and he landed in that volume just more than Nate Diaz did. Of course, the knockdown's going to be effective, but that volume, even off the back foot, will probably be the difference in this fight.
And I just feel, Wade, that if he would have stopped playing around at times, Nate Diaz, and kept that pressure, constant pressure on Jake Paul, no nonsense sort of attitude, this could have been a bit different at the end here. But he kind of let him off the hook a little bit, but you have to remember he's in there with a bigger, naturally bigger man, heavy punching Jake Paul.
Well, as we get to our decision, one thing you can't say about Nate is that he wasn't game. I don't know who thought coming into this that he wouldn't be, but let me just remind you all, that is Nate Diaz.
That's Nate Diaz. He comes to fight after that first round. Huge first round, may I add, from Jake Paul. He kept rallying back late into this fight on his boxing debut. You see the action here, some big shots. There's that left hand early from Jake Paul, and that set up a big barrage in that first round, and we see some inside action from both guys, and that kind of suited Nate Diaz for me. And there was the shot that dropped Diaz, but then back comes it Diaz again with a straight left. The body shots worked well, changing the levels, some real thought in the work, but again, he was just eating those up, Nate Diaz.
You will not get a more game fighter than Nate Diaz, but Jake Paul showed not only he belonged in there with the legend, but again, that when everyone doubts him, he turns up and shows out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, David Yakabuchi, scores about 97-92. Judges David Sutherland and Chris Migliori both score the bout 98-91. All three in favor of the winner, the problem child, Jake Paul.
Your winner by unanimous decision and moving to 7-1 as a professional boxer, Jake, the problem child, Paul. And he is standing by with Ariel Helwani for an in-ring interview. As we wait for Ariel, here he is to interview the winner by decision, Jake Paul.
Thank you very much, guys. Jake, congratulations on a massive win for you. Was he tougher than you thought he would be?
No, I mean, he's tough. He's real tough. That's what he's known for. But tough in this sport doesn't work. Boo if you're a virgin.
Are you happy with your performance? Did you think you did enough to secure the win before the scorecards were read?
Oh, for sure. I knocked him down. Won basically every round. I think he won one round. But he's a warrior, you know. I had him hurt in the first round. He kept on coming. And no one's taken that much damage. But all credit to my team, my conditioning. Going 10 rounds in my 8th fight. It's unheard of. Only been boxing for 3 years. Beat a UFC legend. I was watching this kid growing up. But I want to run it back in MMA.
Let's go. So there's the offer on the table, $10 million in MMA next fight. Is that what you want to do next?
Yeah, I want $10 million, PFL, that's the offer. Let's run it back in MMA. Make it fair. I won one, now it's your chance in your home territory, MMA, let's do it.
Nate, what do you think of that offer?
Let's do it. We're going to have to co-promote with Real Fight Inc. I don't want to do that. But I wasn't trying to, but I had the single leg in the first and the choke in the ninth, so I already won that battle.
I saw that guillotine there. First pro boxing bout for you, Nate. How did it go? What do you think of your performance?
Yeah, he's tough and he's big, and I wish I could have done better and did better things, but some shit didn't happen right the way I wanted to, but it's all good, and I think I beat him in boxing still, but he won this one. It's good. And then, hey, Real Fight Inc. I'll fight anybody. I don't give a fuck.
Do you want your next fight to be in MMA or boxing?
Either one. The thing what I like about this was I had a, hey, be nice. Be nice. They were trying to fight each other.
Cameramen are fighting here too.
Cameramen are crazy.
MMA or boxing?
I'll do either MMA or boxing. MMA sounds good. He won one. I need to get one back, so I'm down with that. And I'm glad I had a worthy opponent. Someone who did something outside of fighting and then in fighting and made a big name for himself and did his thing, and I think he's doing a great job. And that's what I like, is somebody who's out there and everybody believes he'll whip my ass, and that's what I beg to differ. So I'm going to come and get that back.
Certainly proved a lot of people wrong. He's showing you a lot of love and respect. If it's not Nate next, is there any boxer out there that makes sense to you?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of names. It's back to the drawing board. You know, Tommy Fury rematch. He won by a split decision. I'm going to try and get that back with his new team. I'm a new fighter, so I'm ready for that. But I'm just happy with this win, man. I never expected to be here, and this just goes to show that if you're a kid watching at home, you can accomplish anything with hard work and dedication, I swear. If I could do it, I promise you, you could do it. Start now, dedicate yourself, don't take no for an answer, and self-belief is the #1 tool. Believe in yourself when everyone else is doubting you. That's how I got here. I love you guys. Shout out to the fans who've been there since Vine. I love my brother. We did this together, man. He won tonight, taking over combat sports. I love this kid, man, and this is just such a surreal moment, man. So crazy.
Logan, what a night for you and your family. What do you think of your brother's win over Nate Diaz?
I'm getting a little emotional, Ariel. Man. I know this about my brother, but he's the toughest person I know. He's the most headstrong person I know. Everyone doubts him, and he always proves everyone wrong time and time again. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for our family. This is such a good night for us, and we're going to go home real happy tonight.
Still wearing his ring gear, here for his brother. What a scene. You got the Diaz camp over there, the Paul camp over here. It's an amazing, amazing environment. Todd, we are done. Jake, congratulations on the win. Back to you guys, ringside.